Yes.
Welcome, everyone, to Season 1, closing edition of Shots Fired, a sit-down with the Feathered Mafia. Godfather, we've talked about a lot this season.
Yeah.
We've talked about early season hunting. We've talked about mid-season hunting. We've talked about late season hunting.
Yeah.
We've talked about equipment. We've
Yeah.
talked about dogs.
Yeah.
We've talked about everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, last day of season.
Yeah.
Closed out the season the right way. And, we're closing it out tonight. We had a great meal.
Mm-hmm.
You grilled up some steaks for us.
Yeah.
We got our newest addition, Venus, over in the living room playing
Wrestling
with Mira.
the Chihuahua.
And, we're right in the middle of trial season. We're getting close to the end.
Mm-hmm.
We got our last qualifying run in 3 weeks.
Yeah, February 27th.
Yep, out of Goodland, and
Yeah.
and we've talked with Melvin, we talked with Julie at MJ Gun Dogs,
Yeah.
and or Gun Dog Haven,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna get them on, for our trial season, which we've been talking about trials all season long.
Right.
But you've been telling me for the last couple weeks
Mm-hmm.
that you had something that you wanted to discuss,
I did.
and you haven't really told me what you wanted to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
You just said that you had some stuff that you needed to air out tonight. So
I did.
here's the mic, and go for it.
All right. So everybody knows, seen it on the internet, that we got, and this is just my opinion. All right.
Opinions are like assholes. We all have one. Most of them stink.
That's true. That's true. Mine probably stink more than others, but everybody in the duck world is crying out about heated corn ponds. Okay, so
Read a lot about it.
and I get it, I understand it, but I sit out here in the middle of central Kansas, and I do all the duck hunting.
You do.
Okay. And, this was my last year, and I retired from guiding on duck hunts. So from now on, we're going to be doing nothing but upland hunts, and that's going to be your deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But, by the same token, I sit through an entire season, and I have a large body of water that's just 24 miles to the east of us.
One of the
Okay.
largest migration spots of the Central Flyway.
It is. And that particular body of water is the pulse of the migration in this area. Okay. And so, our migration was minute this year. We had a few ducks come in on a few fronts. We shot a few ducks, had a good time, right? With the friends that I had here that were hunting with me. And, because to be honest with you, I didn't do hardly any guiding this year. It was my friends that came in that hunted with me. And they like to hunt the big water. They like to hunt golden eyes. If they can kill some mallards, that's great. But they like the golden eyes. We did not have the migration through most of the season that we normally do. And the reason being is probably one of the biggest heated corn ponds in the entire United States is directly north of me, 2 hours.
Yep.
And it's called Nebraska. It's called Nebraska, the Cornhusker State, for a reason. Because that's all they plant up there is corn.
A lot of corn. Yep.
Yeah,
a little
a lot
bit,
of corn.
A little bit of Milo in the off season.
Yeah, and they got the Platte River up there, which stays open all year. So here's the whole deal. All right, everybody can say whatever they want to say about heated corn ponds and everything else, but I have a buddy of mine who's a guide in Nebraska. All right, and he had been sitting on. It was 75 degrees here in Kansas at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wasn't here at Christmas, but it was 75 degrees. I was in upstate New York and it was 18 and I had 8 inches of snow. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, weather, anybody wants to believe it or not, weather drives ducks.
No.
Okay.
Nobody.
Agree with that.
Ducks were still setting up north in the Dakotas.
Yep.
They were setting in Nebraska. I called my buddy 5 days before the big ice out, snow, everything that happened a week ago.
Yep.
All right.
The first vortex that came through.
Yes.
Yep.
Major vortex that came through. Called him up and I said, what do you, he's a half a mile from the Platte River.
Mm-hmm.
Got a marsh, got an operation there. Doesn't do any flooded corn. It's all soft, moist grass. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm holding probably 50 to 100,000
No
ducks.
biting.
Not
No
including what's on the Platte.
Sure, that are coming in as loaf and feeding ducks.
Right. And I said, okay. And he said, I'll let you know what happens. So I was done hunting on Tuesday of our season.
Mm-hmm.
And Friday of that season is when the front came in. He called me at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And he goes, everything lifted off, both at our place and part of the Platte, and is headed your way. And I said, okay. I had 10 phone calls Friday morning. No joking. Had 10 phone calls on Friday morning from people that wanted to come and hunt and kids in the school that were texting me. And they're like, we want you to take us out. Want you to take us out? And I said, no, I'm not going to go because I've dealt with those temperatures before and everything else. And I just decided I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
Venus here.
Well, and you ended the season.
Venus.
I did.
And you ended it on an exclamation point.
I did.
With 2 of our great friends.
Yeah.
And, that finishing on top is all that you and I ever hope for.
That's true. And so,
No.
but went over on Sunday after the front went through, and that body of water was just loaded with ducks. Like I figured it was going to be loaded. But see, I mean, everybody can whine about this and whine about that. But at the end of the day, weather is what drives ducks.
I think weather is what drives not only waterfowl, but it also drives what we do on the upland game side.
It does. It does.
We earlier in the season, we were talking opening weekend to rewind all the way back to one of our first episodes where I was talking about the temperature. So sorry everyone, because evidently aftermarket GoPro batteries don't work for fucking shit. So take like 37 on this. We talked back on episode 1 about, weather and wind and being creative, and weather doesn't exactly dictate our waterfowl. It also dictates our upland game. We got some changes coming up next season.
What?
And those changes are, we are going to do something that we've not done here in an extremely long time, going back almost 20 years.
Yes.
And that is, we are going to reintroduce a full upland game experience to a select amount of clients.
Oh, true. Yes. We've got a lot of quail that are out here in the state now. Excuse me. And our pheasant population in this area is doing extremely well. So now we're going to offer a, full upland experience where you can go shoot some quail, shoot some pheasants, have a, what we call a full upland experience.
Right.
All right. And you know,
So
Brett is looking forward to that. I, on the other hand, I am just going to sling the bullshit and take care of all the logistical stuff.
Right. Now we're not doing, in all clarification, we're not offering the full Epling game experience to everyone.
Correct.
You know, there is going to be some stipulations behind that, and
Yeah.
you know, one of those stipulations, because of the style of hunting that we do, and we love all of our clients, you know, but not all of our clients are out in the field near like what you and I are out in the field, and so there's going to be some contractual changes within that you and I and Mom have talked about.
Oh yeah.
Exponentially.
Yeah. So we're gonna, you know, for those hunters coming in, we're gonna do a waiver, which, you know, we've never really had to do with our hunters because we hunt pheasants. But when you're hunting quail around the dogs that we have, you know, quail come up, they fly a lot lower, a lot faster, and over the early years of the guiding and stuff that I did, I've had a few dogs peppered, and you know, had one shot and killed over, you know, some quail. And so we're going to do a waiver that everybody has to sign that, you know, covers us, the hunter, and more importantly, the dog.
Right.
Because we can't just replace a dog for, you know, $600.
Well, we run an extremely lean operation when it comes to the dogs. And,
we do.
And most people come out here and they see the amount of dogs that we have, and they're like, oh my gosh, how in the world do you guys do this?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just between you and I, we run, you know, six dogs.
Yeah.
But if one of those dogs goes down,
yes,
I mean, it puts us in a world of hurt and hurry.
It does.
Especially if it's one of our patriarchs.
Right.
And
so that's why we're going to do what we're going to do. But the business is going to go back to the way it was when I first started it 27 years ago, which was strictly upland hunting, both pheasant and quail. And, you know, done doing the waterfowl stuff. Okay. The old man is hung up his decoy, so to speak.
Yeah.
I still got a few friends that come in. You know, my best friend out of Illinois, was also my best man at my wedding, and I got a few friends out of Missouri that come in. And the whole deal is with those guys, they like to hunt the big water, and so we go hunt the big water and deal with what we deal with. But you know, it was time for me to finally retire and turn things over to you. And Crystal and I will keep doing what we always do. She's going to make fabulous food, and I'm going to manage everything and sling the bullshit around at the dinner table at noon.
And everybody loves it.
And, you know, and I'll probably go out from time to time and give the guys shit when they miss birds when they're in the field.
You know, everybody says that you do a better job of that than I do.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm meaner than you. So, you know, it's one of those deals where it just, you know, I understand when I've gotten to a point where I just can't do do things the way that I used to do them. And it's fine. It's not a big deal. I have no issues with it. None whatsoever. I 9-10 years ago, brought you in here, slowly, methodically molded you to where I needed you at, and you're there. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't call you all the time. I don't check in with you all the time.
Yep.
You do your thing. You handle the things the way you're supposed to. clients, everybody loves you.
Well, I don't know about love, but they tolerate.
No. You know, if I had any bad reviews, I would, trust me, I would know about it. So, you know, it got to the point where it was just finally time to just walk away.
Yeah.
Quietly
Well,
walk away.
You know, the culmination here, I think, boils down to a text message. Anybody that follows the channel got to see the hunt with my best friend and his brother.
Yes.
That were up here. That was the only hunt that I videoed all season long.
Correct.
And I did that basically for my best friend.
Yes.
And the culmination of all of this came down to a text message thread that came across this week.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking for some advice on what to do.
Yeah.
And I responded to the text message, which you and I were both part of.
Correct. And I did not.
And you did not reply. And then when I got up here on Friday night, I asked you, I said, why did you not reply? And your answer was, because you told him everything that I would have told him.
Correct.
And you know, that for you had to be a extremely important moment based upon where we are at with the business.
Correct.
And
because you said exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I did not. I just waited. I waited. I saw you typing, and I just waited. And then when it came across, I was like, yep, I don't need to say anything else. He said everything that I was going to say, so I'm done. I'm out.
Well, Godfather, here we are. We're the last day of season.
Yes.
And you know, we have our patented fireball.
Fireball.
And